Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com!
Tiger King.
You were gonna go
Tiger King a Ridge.
Joe Exotic? Joe Exotic.
I was gonna go with Joe Exotic a Ridge.
Damn, you don't go off the
You're
cuff.
not, but you're
Joe Exotic a Ridge.
You're not real country unless you
know Joe Exotic, yeah.
Tiger King.
You got to fuck with Joe Exotic.
And we won't go into it anymore. You guys are either watching or you're not.
You're not.
That's up to you.
Someone sent me the greatest meme yesterday that are never going to end for the rest of the quarantine. Is Joe Exotic laying down buck naked on a carpet, and it just said, tell my kids, this is Kenny Jessie.
So good.
It's great. It's fucking great.
Very good. Very good.
Welcome, everybody. We're live on YouTube once again, live from the quarantine. The virus took down a big one today. Old Chucky. Old Prince Chucky.
Wouldn't that be the shit? I mean, it's not
Prince Charles. They call him Prince Chucky over there, don't they?
Oh, yes. I'm very into the House of Windsor these days. So they do, behind the scenes, call him
Prince Chucky.
Prince Chucky as a joke because he'll never be king.
Why? Because the mom won't die?
He won't die, and now he's going to die of coronavirus.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that just be it?
Could you imagine?
Ugh.
You live your whole life dealing
Just waiting.
with this old bag of bones, this
Yeah,
old
God.
bullshit,
I bet
and
she's
then all of a
a
sudden,
nightmare.
I know, behind the scenes, change my depends. Change my depends.
If I've learned anything from The Crown, it's that she's a nightmare.
Yeah. I have poopeth the royal diaper. You change my depends, Prince Chucky. You Prince Chucky.
This is the thing about going live every day.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It is.
You just lose your mind, and it's okay because you're like, whatever.
Yeah,
we're just hanging out with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, Prince Chucky. Prince Chucky. I've crappeth my royal diapers. I need you to change them with your bare hands. Bare hands. I need you to get in there. It was a real lumpy one. It was Taco Tuesday at the old castle last night. I need you to get in there and change me, Prince Chucky. If he goes down, though, now you're starting to get into, like, royalty and rich people and shit. If he goes down, maybe this thing is real. I was kind of in the camp that maybe it's not real. But if Prince Chucky goes down, holy shit.
Prince Chucky needs to stop.
Prince Chucky.
Prince Chucky needs to stop.
And that does not need to stop. If he goes down, because I was thinking about this, does Camilla Parker does she go down too? And if
that's
not,
the thing. Well,
get it.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Always with Prince Chucky, which I guess is what we're calling it.
Prince Chucky, take your dick out of that girl immediately, Prince Chucky.
So the thing with Prince Chucky is that he's a sly little devil. He's always been a sly little devil, right? So how does Camilla not have it?
Parker.
How does the queen not have it? Like, where were you that you got it and no one else in the house that you live with got it?
Yeah. One answer for that. Frosties.
Sure.
Frosty the Snowman. I bet he was just hitting up, a big jugged natural. Because let's face it, have you seen Camilla Parker Bowles? Have you seen her?
Yes, I've seen her.
She is, what is the opposite of attractive?
She used to be quite attractive.
Well, yeah,
And they all, they're in their 70s. They're older English whites. Now, add on, when you talk about an old blonde white like myself, add on 10 years years to that fast aging process if you're English.
Yeah.
So, 70s with them, and especially her, is about 90 something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's 20 years, but.
All right.
And math is not something that I do.
It's not something you do. Jamie, check the sound on this. There's some people having issues. All right. Sounds good in your headphones. Well, maybe people on acid at home. Who knows?
Sounds
live every day on YouTube.
Sounds still bad.
Still bad, it says. Well,
okay.
Everybody else is saying it's shitty.
What do you guys mean by bad, though?
Yeah, what do you mean by bad out there?
Is it like quiet?
Is it too low? Fire Jamie is coming in.
Low.
Is it too low? Let us know. We're going live with you guys on
When you say
YouTube
just
every day.
bad, it's hard for us to fix it.
Yeah.
Because is it just my voice
Maybe.
that's bad?
Maybe
and then it's like I can't really change that. You know what I mean?
We don't know. It sounds like so everybody's saying a very underwater sound, muffled, tinny, and garbled.
Oh, okay. Well,
Jamie.
that's very specific.
That is very, very specific.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Can't be it, right?
That's better now.
Is it better now, guys? Is it better now?
Better now. There we go.
William.
Sounds fine to me, somebody
Craig,
says.
Sam.
Sounds like your headphones port
Mike,
on your disc
tinny
man got
and
loose.
low. Tinny and low.
Audio was clear yesterday, it says. Craig says. So I can hear Jessie's there we go. I can hear Jessie's voice. Beautiful. Sounds great. Logan Smith. Thank you, Corey.
Okay. Corey, thank you.
Jacob Nichols got a full yeah on that. Sounds good.
Will.
Corrected the problems.
Will Holden,
Live
thank
on
you.
air.
I saw that you said your wife loves me. I love her.
Yeah, we
I'm
love her
in the
back.
market for a new friend.
Goddamn right you are.
Just joking.
Is the air on? Will you turn the air on for me?
Brooke is here. Brooke, are you here?
What's up, Brooke? If she is, she is.
Much better. William says much better.
Much better. There we go on the sounds.
Okay.
But if
Sorry.
Camilla Parker Bowles doesn't come down with
Bowels.
coronavirus, he was
then
out
there you
getting
go.
his D sucked by a prosty, and can you blame him?
Yeah.
How old is he?
70s.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Look, he cheated on Diana. Let's not pretend like he's a great guy.
Well, now
No.
we need to go back to that story then if you don't understand.
I understand it was the high school sweetheart or something, right?
Yes.
Right.
And so basically he just never got over her. He was forced to marry Diana.
Sure.
And when, things were going bad in that marriage, he went back to the person that he actually loved.
Yeah.
But in the House of Windsor,
Yeah.
you aren't actually allowed to be with who you want to be with.
Prince Chucky.
Megan, dude, the redhead dude, he didn't give a fuck. Harry. He's with
Yeah,
Meg
he
Marks.
didn't give a fuck. And they get what they get for
Well,
that.
they're
Do you know what I
gonna-
mean?
they're
Like
gonna
a
be
fucking...
fine.
They're going to be fine, but
They'll be
like,
fine.
my God. I mean, along with my...
Saying-
Is there anything worse than having my hatred on your head?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, there's not.
So, like, they had to endure that.
Yeah, they
Now
did.
they're out of my face enough that, like, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? They have to fly coach and, like, all of the... Not coach, but commercial.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Not
can
coach.
you imagine?
Come on.
Can you imagine? We're in first and those two dinglings walk past us with the baby.
Yeah. You get on Southwest and they're in the third line, like
Yeah.
number 60 through 89 in aisle 3, and it's just Meg Marks and Prince Harry. Not a fucking prayer, hombre.
Keith, you're hired.
But
Yeah.
with Camilla Parker Bowles.
Bowels.
She
yeah.
always has that look on her face, like,
Where's the nearest restroom?
she has that nearest restroom face where you're just like, oh, God. She has this sitting, like, I got to
kind
take
of
a
like
shit
a
face.
Crohn's or a
Yeah.
Where's your nearest
irritable
restroom?
bowel. Yeah.
Like this face.
Okay.
Where's your nearest restroom? It's whoops.
She's got that turtle head face. Where you're just like,
Okay.
Whoa. I can only hold this shell together so long. The turtle's got to find water.
it's very specific that
You
that
know I love a good poop joke.
it's not that. I didn't say anything about poop or the other such.
What's the turtle head needing to find water?
That may be some form of poop.
Okay.
Maybe some form
So
of poop.
we're gonna
but I didn't
curb
say the
it.
word poop. Okay?
No, you
So,
didn't. But
We're
we're,
not
gonna
telling-
just curb pee-pee poo-poo humor.
We're not curbing poopy jokes at 11:30 a.m.
We definitely are.
No, we're not.
Oh, you're gonna go even.
Where's your nearest restroom? I've got to take a little squeeze. I'm gonna have a little dump out.
But yeah, so he's going down. If he dies, then I'll be like, all right, we should probably take this seriously. If not, though, what is he? He's in his 70s, so he should die, right?
I mean, according to all the data that we're getting,
No. If he doesn't,
if you're
though,
older,
you know,
then bah.
bah, humbug. You
You
know,
know?
he could go to that hotel in Switzerland. There's a hotel in Switzerland right now that
So
is
sad.
offering. Well, is it or is it just awesome?
It's very goop.
It is very goop.
It's very goop. It's very,
Very
out of
goopy.
touch.
Yeah, it is a luxurious hotel in Switzerland that is offering a free $500 coronavirus test when you stay 3 days. So you can bunker down in luxury in Switzerland and take a test while you're there. If you're quarantined, you're quarantined. Sorry about it.
Oh my gosh! And then
You've got to
goes-
stay longer.
That's the thing. Like, it sounds very cruise ship situation, right? And so,
Oof.
and then one person gets it, and then you all have to stay there forever. And like,
Yeah.
it's a luxury hotel,
Yeah.
sure, but after a while, even luxury can be a prison.
No, it cannot. With somebody's fucking doing your laundry and all your shit every day.
Maybe.
Come on, man.
Maybe.
Man, I'll tell you where at the Beverly Hills Hotel, pretty famous, spot. You see it in all the movies and all that shit. Those bungalows, if you were trapped in there quarantined in there for 14 days, oof, sign me the fuck up. You
Right.
know?
Right.
Like, I stayed in there for like 3 days one night, and I was like, I never want to leave this place. This is great. You're just going to wheel out carts full of shit for me?
Yeah.
Snacks and candies, and, it was like candied apples, that were sliced for you. Because that's the bitch of eating a candied apple is just, it's everywhere.
If there's one thing
Slice that bitch open for me, Oh, I
I've
will have a
always
slice.
said, I've always said I would eat a lot more candied apples if they were sliced. And I've always said that, haven't I?
You have. You really have, Jessie.
I really have.
But yeah, so if you have the money to do shit like that, like, fuck, why not, I guess.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
let's
do want to
face it.
stop bashing like rich people in that way.
Yeah, because I'd do it.
Hey,
I'd fucking do that shit in a second, Holmes.
goop. I mean,
Yeah.
you're out of touch, but again, like, so?
Yeah.
Out of touch with what? Us poor people?
Here's
Fine.
the difference, right, between super rich and annoying versus just super rich, right? Like, take Dave Portnoy, your boy from Barstool, right? I'm pointing to Alec, one of our producers. He got rich and just flaunted it immediately, where he's just like, yeah, man, the day he signed that deal with
It was just like
the Penn Gaming, the
Blammo,
gambling
blammo,
site.
blammo.
Yeah, they bought for Barstool Sports. They bought out 36% of their company for $136 million, or 33% for $136 million. Therefore, evaluating the rest of his company at $450. So if he decides to sell out, he can for another $300 and
Sure.
call it a day and say fuck the world. He went on his Instagram and was just like, "Oh my God, I'm rich."
Right.
This is so fucking awesome. And it was like, TMZ called him, and they were asking, there was a fight coming up that weekend. They were like, "Hey, man, who do you have on I think it was the McGregor fight or something." It was like, "Who do you have on this McGregor fight?" And he goes, "Well, I got to tell you, being this rich, I'm obviously going to fly my private jet in to see it. So I hope McGregor wins. But, also, there is not a lot of things I care about in the world today because I'm so fucking rich." That separates it from everything else. Whereas, like, Goopy Jeans, Gwyneth Paltrow, is trying to lead you down a path of like, oh, no, you can do the same things that I do for fucking $8 a day. No,
Raising
you can't.
kids is so hard.
Yeah.
Don't even talk to me, Goop.
Don't do it.
You're not in my group.
Yeah, you're not in the group text, Goop. That's the difference. And if you separate that, like Kid Rock is like, I'm fucking rich and my life is rad.
Right.
If you establish that immediately, then great. You're good to go and you can do
Sure.
all this fucked up shit.
On brand.
And yes, because like hypothetical, the same thing happened. If it were to happen to us with the Barstool deal, right? And we're in some negotiations that are getting wild for shit like that. But if it did, my first thing I would do is go online and just be like, hey, man, I'm rich as fuck today.
Right.
That way, everything else I did, everybody would be like, oh, well, fuck yeah, Ross is doing that. Like,
Right.
I would definitely go to this hotel in Switzerland in luxury and be like, I would show the test out. I would flaunt it in stories. The coronavirus test. I would put the test on my dog's head or,
I mean,
and they would be like, holy shit, are you giving that to your dog? And I'd be like, yeah, I am.
no,
One.
that's not nice.
Two, well, no, if you have it, if it's there, if they have extra coronavirus tests for the dog, give it to the dog.
They don't have extra.
Dogs are getting them. You can buy them. That's the thing. If you go to this hotel, they just give you them. You stay in another day, great, you get another test. That's the way it works. I'd give it to my dog, and they'd be like, oh, my gosh, Ross, does your dog have coronavirus? No, he's tested negative. The other thing about it is I just bought this dog an hour ago. I have no attachment to this fucking thing whatsoever because I'm rich as shit and I just bought a dog off the street. Matter of fact, I went to somebody else's house who had the coronavirus and they said, hey, man, I think I'm going to die. And I was like, great, can I buy your dog off you?
Right.
Like, I don't want to help you. Do you have a test for my wife? No, I don't, because then you would have to come to my hotel. I don't know what kind of shit you have.
They wouldn't let you in.
No, but I'd like to buy that dog, though. So you have a little something for the farewell, for the Viking farewell. Is that too crazy, James?
Well, then you're getting into territory of like people need help and we're not.
It's crazy, right? But if you establish yourself like that, that's what it is. So if the prince goes down and he dies, I'll start to take this shit seriously. Otherwise, this is shaking out exactly the way I said it was. You and I got into a little debate last week of what was going to happen. And I said, look, there's going to be a point where people are going to get tired of this and say, fuck you, I'm doing whatever I want. And that point actually came yesterday with Trump. Trump got on and said, hey, man, we're up and running the economy at Easter. And that's what we're fucking doing. So everybody's going back to work. We're going to do shit by Easter. And if people die, they die. But we can't have the economy die with it.
Right.
So it's one or the other. And we had a neighbor of ours, their best friend, just lost everything in the market, fucking kill himself, 56 years old. And, that's what's going to happen. Is there going to be more suicides and other shit, crime, everything else, if the economy crashes and can't recover? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Way more than it's going to be with the coronavirus right now.
Right.
And I know there's people out there bitching of like, there was a thing trending yesterday of like about the Dow Jones, die for the Dow. That was it. Hashtag die for the Dow, the stock market. But if you remember back in 2008, man, when it crashed, people were offing themselves left and right because they didn't have any savings. They didn't have any money. And I've read a lot of people saying, this is insensitive to older people and people with respiratory problems. And I thought about it last night because we were live on air with Drinkin Bros podcast and kind of discussing it amongst the four of us. Download it, by the way. The audio's out now, or you can watch it on YouTube. It's with Dakota Meyer, Medal of Honor recipient. Great show. Did a great show about it last night. And I said, look, if I was 60s and or up, right? My children were working and they were in fear of losing their jobs or fucking, me getting to the old dirt nap a little faster. Yeah, I would rather die than to see my kids out of work and trying to figure this out, struggling and all that shit. Like, because it's hard, man. It's hard to get a good job. It's hard to start a company and then have all of that wiped out.
But these people that we're trying to save too, aren't we losing all of their savings as well, or their retirements, or their
correct? So that's why you've got to start to put a limit on this and try to figure it out. Because you're right, everyone's 401ks are involved, all that shit. So while there's something left, you need to make a decision, which he did yesterday. Right or wrong, we won't know. And this is one of the hardest decisions besides going to war that a president would ever have to make in the history of the country of, hey, man, we've got this fucking disease. What is it worth now? Our economy and livelihoods for the next however many years, or a certain amount of deaths? And that's the hard decision you have to make. And no president has ever had to make that in the history of our country. So I don't know what the right answer is. And truthfully, anybody out there bitching either way, you won't know for 10 years probably. Same with the Obama thing, right? People trashed Obama back in the day for fucking bailing out the audio industry and the banks and all that other shit. And it's like, hindsight, looking back at it, probably around 2013, 2014, you were probably able to make that call, 2015, and be like, it was probably the right move. It was probably the right move for the economy. If all those auto plants would have shut down and he didn't bail them out, what are you going to do? But same with this. This is a decision that you probably won't know for 10 years whether or not it's the right decision. Now, the doctor, the guy that's been on with him, that Fakache guy, I don't know his last name. Fauci? Come on, man. Go by Fakache. It sounds a little sexier, doesn't it? What's the real one, Alec? Fauci. That's dirty. Fauci. How you feeling today? A little Fauci. Feeling a little Fauci today. I'd go with Fakache. He got on last night after Trump made this, and he goes, well, look, I've been with Trump, and I've been in the White House, and we discussed it, and I said, let's remain flexible on the Easter date and see where we are, right? Mm-hmm. And he said he would, but I think putting that date out there in people's minds, also, like, to me at least, I don't know about you, it quells my fears a little bit of like, oh, shit, I thought this would go on through maybe September.
Yeah, no. I mean, it might go a little bit longer than what he's saying, but only because the experts are saying that will be the peak as far as every other place that we're behind, right? So like Italy and China. So around the time that he's saying we're going to open back up, historically with those have been their peak of like the highest.
Gotcha.
But putting that out there, you're right, kind of makes it like, all right. And then if you go a couple weeks beyond that, you know, at least you're not like December.
Yeah, dude.
Which makes people like feel fucking crazy and want to give up. But if you're like, oh, 2 weeks, I can do 2 weeks. And they're like, okay, only another another week more. You're like, okay.
Yeah. The other person I want to talk about who's front and center in this fucking thing is Cuomo, the governor for New York. That fucking guy.
Jeez. I mean, he's like, yes, our economy's going to be shit. Our unemployment will be at highest it's ever been. But we are saving lives.
Everybody's going to die.
God, he's just like,
if you don't help
he's
us.
really making this into a whole campaign for himself.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So
it really feels that way where people are like, hey, Cuomo, like, we're New Yorkers. Like, can we fucking try and figure something out that's a little less fucking whiny?
Yeah, so right now they're mulling closing down the streets altogether in New York City. And that means nobody can come out of their fucking house and all that shit.
They do have the highest rate out there, but just saying.
They do. And look, I understand it. But the way he's acting about this shit of like, well, we need 30,000 more ventilators. And they were like, hey, man, we have 4,000, or respirators. We need 4,000 more respirators. And it's just, and it's like, hey, man, there isn't 30,000 just sitting on hold. This has never happened in the history of our country. It's you going on slamming the president and everybody else for not having 30,000 fucking respirators. No, dude, no one was prepared for this. Like,
people are going to turn this, and you will see it
politically.
Yeah, and we already have kind of seen it. It's sort of, I liken it to, was it Florence? What was the really actually bad hurricane? Florence, right?
Yeah.
And so in the beginning, it was like, it was crazy. We all like left. Didn't know when we could come back. Didn't know when the power was going to be on. And then it sort of at a certain point turned with the Weather Channel into ratings.
Right.
And the guy was standing there acting like, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And there is a point where this is all going to be like shifted to where we're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And with Cuomo, it feels a little bit that way, although there are he has the highest numbers. So
he does.
Fine. And maybe they should, but you do it for you. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's doing it for him. And
if you live in New York, like, you gotta hunker down.
Right now,
maybe I here can still go to the store. That's what I'm saying.
But right now, and this is breaking news. There's two of them regarding Cuomo here. Quietly behind the scenes, they are asking if they should draft. The Democrats are asking if they should draft Cuomo in case something happens to Biden in July. Would he be the backup plan for Biden because he's on TV every single day, and the Democrats like him? Like, this is exactly what he's been jockeying for.
Of course.
This is. I mean,
of course,
fuck,
he's
man.
really handling it so well.
CNN is putting him on every night. every single night.
Every single night. And
So-
morning television as well.
Oh, yeah.
Every single
Yep.
morning. They're
Yep.
like, so
well, all these
you
morning
know, and
shows
he's
are out of New
doing
York.
so he's doing every possible thing. You know, I don't know how he's having time to actually take care of things because he's doing so much
Yeah.
appearances and press.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways, we need to give some shout outs to Craig,
Go ahead.
Ruben.
Yeah.
I don't see Richard.
Well, maybe he's
Craig,
busy.
I'm seeing the comments.
You
but
are.
We also have to, but I just wanted to say what's up.
Yeah, you can say what's up.
Just want to say what's up.
Yeah, you can say what up, girl.
Is it what's up? Reed, Ruben, Craig. I mean the boys.
You got it.
The boys are here.
You got them unlocked.
The boys are back in town.
Yeah. This just in. They're now worried about the Queen.
Well, yeah. I mean,
they said they last met on March 12th. By the way,
they all live together.
March 12th
No,
was
he's in Scotland.
you want to. This feels like 30 years ago. March 12th was the fucking Post Malone concert.
Oh my god.
It was 2 weeks ago. 13 days ago. So could she have it? Boy, I bet he's hoping, isn't he?
Oh, wouldn't that be a dream? And he just like hangs on by a thread and she dies.
She's 93.
Dude, there's no way she would survive. Right?
I don't know.
If she does, wow.
Yeah. Man.
Wow.
I don't know. You know how many people he's met though in the last fucking 2 weeks? Like, come
Probably
on,
still
man.
shaking hands.
Yeah, dude.
Grabbing pussies, right?
Yeah, just give him a little sniff
Tap.
test.
Yeah.
A little three-finger swatch.
Beep boom. Little dance down.
Yeah, man. So, look, him himself, he probably could have gave it to 100 people or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's fine. He's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine. Chucky. Oh, Prince Chucky.
Prince Chucky.
Chucky. And you know she wouldn't die alone because everybody's on the news saying that. Look, if you have it and these people are dying alone, come on, they would figure out a way.
Saddest thing.
It is, but they would figure out a way in the royal palace to seal her up in one of those ET plastic fucking suits, and people would be operating on her in there.
Yep.
And he'd get in a hazmat suit and say goodbye, to the Queen.
Yeah. No.
They're rich enough for shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
yeah. They make their own rules, to say the least.
Yeah. How wild would that be? She goes down for the coronavirus. All the shit she's been through in her entire life.
Yep.
And that's the thing that takes her down. Oof.
Oof.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Man, it's not that far from out of the realm of possibility, to be honest with you. Vegas is shut down pretty much. They're
I
saying,
was thinking about that the
Yeah.
other day. I was kind of like, how is Vegas working? And they did a little commercial for it.
yeah, and I want to say Vegas is shut down. I'm talking casino-wise in the Strip, obviously. They're looking at 08's crash type numbers there. So nobody's gambling, and you can't bet. Look, one of the biggest weekends is March Madness, obviously the opening of it. All those are annihilated. St. Patrick's Day, all that shit in Vegas, like all of that is wiped out. Sports is wiped out in general.
Yeah, which is huge.
We talked about this on Drinkin Bros a little bit last night because it was breaking news. But even the bookie sites, and we're sponsored by one on Drinkin Bros, mybookie.com. Drinkin Bros Casino actually doubles your deposit all the way up to 150%. So you can put in $1,000 and get $1,500 on top of it, which is amazing because they're hurting. They got to get shit out there, man. So if you go to mybookie.com. So they're doing online casinos, blackjack, slot machines, poker. They're doing a blackjack tournament for March Madness where you win $10,000. And as of last night, this was the weirdest one to me. They're doing NBA, the video game NBA 2K?
Yeah, I guess.
You know, you can put the computer on simulation and play each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're screening it, putting the computer on simulation, and then playing against a point spread. So you bet on it, and then the computer plays, and you're betting on the point spread. The Lakers game was -6.5 last night. I don't know what this simulation is.
You guys are ridiculous.
Well, think about this. So if this is online gaming, imagine Vegas.
Right.
They've got nothing because you can't even walk into the casinos.
No.
At all.
No.
Man. So I don't want to see Vegas go down.
No.
I love Vegas, especially now. Vegas is fucking rad. Now that they've got the Golden Knights,
Yeah.
that arena is amazing. They're about to have the NFL this fall.
They could definitely take down their prices can go down a little bit.
Well, they can
Hotel-wise.
they can get rid of is that resort fee.
They
hit
can
you
get
with.
rid of a lot of things. Do you remember? Vegas was always fairly cheap to stay.
Yeah.
Because that's not where they make their money,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
So the hotel, like now that hotel rooms are a high price, it's sort of like, no, guys.
Yeah.
You can definitely go back to the older model where I could get a room for $80 and spend all my money in your casino. Do you know what I'm saying?
The problem with it is now is these resort fees. So at every hotel you go to, now they have a resort fee in small print that's
Right.
tacked on, and it's usually about $41. And you're like, yo, what the fuck's the resort fee for? I asked one time. I was just like, when it
What
first
am I
happened to
paying
me.
for?
Because we go
They're
out
like
to Vegas.
pillows, sheets.
We go out to Vegas to shoot shows maybe 4 or 5 times a year. Derek White is out there who does Savage Saturdays with us. So we do a lot of shows. And we do sports shows with the UFC, all that shit. And last time I was there, whatever, and they were like, oh, well, there was a resort fee at Planet Hollywood, for Christ's sakes. Like, everything was sold out for the McGregor fights. We were Planet Hollywood, which I like, by the way. Planet Hollywood's great. They redid it. It's got a fucking mall inside.
Sure.
It rocks. I'm not shitting on Planet Hollywood. It's
Okay.
fucking awesome. $41 resort fee, though, for Planet Hollywood. My room was $100.
Yeah. Did you ask them? I've asked
did.
them to break it down before. It's
I
very
did.
funny. Go ahead.
So I asked them to break it down, and I said, what's the $41 for? And they were
What
like,
am I
well,
paying for?
the gym. And I was like, hey, man, have you been
Not
to your,
gonna go.
Have you been to your gym? Fucking sucks.
Not going to go there.
Not gonna
You can
go
knock that off.
to the gym on vacation, bro. I'm not going to go there, which is a lie. I do go to the gyms because I have to. Usually it's for work.
So
Right?
you lied.
I did. And I go,
That
and
is
I go,
a new
yeah. And I go,
thing.
not going to go to the gym. What else? And they were like, oh, well, you've got the
turn down service.
turn
or
down
something.
service. And I
you're
was like,
I'm good. I'm
turn
actually
down for what?
For what? I'm actually going to put the sign on
Yeah.
the entire time, destroy the room,
Yep.
and leave.
Jack off on the lampshade and then bounce, right? I'm just saying, turn down for what? So what if I got the sign up? I don't want the turn down service. Oh,
Take
well,
that off.
there's
bop
also
that off.
the access to the
outside. The front door is actually
the-
something that we.
connecting escalator. They got real nervous about it, connecting escalator or whatever. And I was like, I'm not going anywhere.
Not going to use that one.
I'm going to take a cab every day.
Yep.
I don't need to use that escalator.
You can knock that escalator
Oh,
charge
you
off.
can. And I'm just like, hey man, just put the actual charge of your room up, and I don't give a fuck. But just instead of saying your room's $100, say it's $141. It's kind of like StubHub, and there's a lawsuit going on against those companies now, the ticket companies now too, where it says, hey man, don't say your tickets are $80 and then you check out and there's like a fucking $90 fee attached to it. Just say what the real number is.
Right.
Be good to all of us. Instead, you've got to click it and then go to the end. And you're like, whoa, those tickets I got for $300 are now $497 with a convenience fee. Whose convenience fee? It's not mine.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't feel very convenient about it.
Well, I mean,
It's not convenient to me at all.
technically anything on the internet is convenient. So we could just knock that off.
But then there's a state tax on top of it.
Sure.
So you're like, oh, well, it's the state tax for the state that you live in. It's just like, hey, motherfucker.
But then the one where you're getting also the state tax for the where you're getting the tickets from.
Yeah, is on there. And it's
And
just
then
like,
the state tax of where you were born
nuke it. Yeah, nuke
is
it.
also added.
So I will say this: when this whole thing blows over, Vegas will be a great place to party because it's
Be
going
a
to be
great
cheap
place
as
to party.
fuck.
And you could probably get Corona there.
Yeah, you were going to get it either way.
Right.
Like let's face
No,
it.
but I mean, don't you think
You're
that
not leaving Vegas without a disease, anyways. So
that's true?
who cares?
That's true.
They shut the Hard Rock down
Well,
for good.
For good. Yeah.
For good. Maybe they knew. Maybe they knew. You and I were talking about this morning as we were getting ready. There was a record number of CEOs this year in January who stepped down from their jobs, their positions, and they were like, did these people know it was like 293 CEOs stepped down from their positions in January, and a record number last year. Did they know what was going on? Yes, dude. Yes, they fucking knew.
Yeah.
And the best example is Bob Iger, the head of Disney. Now, he was a Rev Fig of the day here, Revolution Figure of the Day the other day, and I said he was the greatest executive in the history of Hollywood, and that's true. That still holds
stand
true.
by that. Yeah.
Disney has a huge operation over in China, obviously. China. They have a huge operation in China. And I fucking goddamn know better. That he was on the phone with somebody and they were like, hey, man, shit is fucked up over here. This is bad. And he was like, shit, I'm the greatest executive in the history. I do not want to be here when the stock falls 39%, which it has so far. So he dipped on a Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, like, no fanfare, no, like, years of loyal service.
He was the best executive
Disney.
there was.
Yeah,
and he was just we're going up on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
He just chucked up a deuce and left, and they were like, what? And the people behind the scenes were trying to calm everybody down and be like, oh, no, it's his time, and he decided to retire. They couldn't figure it out either. Fuck no. They know what the answer was. He had some intel. I guarantee you, somebody as powerful as Bob Iger, he probably had some little Chinese boy with a fucking GoPro on his head. He's like, hey, you go walk through the fucking streets right now. I want to see what's going on. People are fucking coughing all over each other. This kid's running with the GoPro on like the Chinese kid from the Goonies. And it was just like, oh, man, I got to get the fuck out of here. Shutting down Disneyland. We got to get out of here, homeboy. I bet you he was just typing it up like the end of Boiler Room, packing his shit and just being like, hey, guys, I retire.
Yep.
I'm going to get that package, dog. Go ahead and
Yep.
sell out all those stocks. I got to get the fuck out of here. And I don't blame him. If I knew it, I'd be like, man, I got to go. There's about 12 people in my life that I would call and be like, hey, guys, you're not going to fucking believe this.
Right.
I just got a Chinese boy with a GoPro on his head running through the streets. There's people dying, coughing all over each other. We got to get up and the fuck out of here. You know?
Right.
I mean,
Sure.
so Bob Iger, I understand
Sure.
it. The rest of these fucks, like the senators, fuck you. You knew, and they sold their stocks. Like, fuck those guys. They definitely knew what was going on, obviously, and then, sold their stocks. But they got briefed on the coronavirus. Now, Bob Iger, again, this is a guess. I don't know. But a little Chinese boy with a GoPro on probably told him all the answers and was like, ugh, got to get out of here. I will Venmo you some cash, kid. Thank you. And buenas noches.
Yeah, and then the Venmo app just didn't work.
No, it's like, but boss, the Venmo, I can't. And then click. And he was.
And he's gone, yeah.
He probably punched Mickey on the way out of the fucking office. He was just like, boom!
Yeah.
Fuck you, Mickey. Yeah. I'm out, son. Probably did a quick sniff of Snow White's. Got a little bit of. Probably did the old McConaughey 2 fingers. Yeah, man, that's what I love about high school girls. Just Snow White on the way out of there and just fucking Maybach music. Probably Rick Ross all the way out of Burbank. I know exactly where that place is. And it's awesome, by the way. If you go to Disney on their lot, it's great. And they have all the figures set up and everything. And, fucking Walt. They got a nice statue of Walt out there.
Yeah.
Hey!
I think they have this frozen body out there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always love taking meetings over there. It was so fucking nice. I bet he fucking dropped a deuce in front of Walt's statue, too. I was just like, man, we're going to go ahead and seal this up so I never come back.
Yeah.
That's my guess. Japes. But, I'm no scientist.
Sure.
I never pretended to be one.
Sure.
You guys had somebody who wanted to be a weather lady on the other day.
That what?
Tara Keene.
Yeah.
She wanted to be a meteorologist.
She is one.
Oh, like a real one?
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I
For
was
the
breezing
military,
through your episode. Subscribe to Drinkin
so much
Broettes podcast, by the way. It's great. She was on our show first, and then she was on your show as well. So I kind of breezed through part of that episode, and I was like, shit. She wants to be a meteorologist?
Yeah.
Nobody says that anymore.
No, but that's what she does. That's what she went to school for. That's what she does in the military. So.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a meteorologist for the military. I didn't know if they just looked at like Google the same way we did. Of like, oh, it's going to be sunny in 71 Wilmington today.
Let's see what people are saying on the boards about that.
Figure it out. I'm going to go to the sponsors.
There's dentists in the military. There's everything you can think of.
No, I understand. But
Okay.
a meteorologist, like that's something for the world or the city, where it's just like, all right, I mean, we have like as soon as I turn on my phone every day, boom, the weather's there. I didn't know you needed.
As it pertains to like flight patterns and stuff.
Oh, that's what she does.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a big difference.
But you have to be a meteorologist, and you can apply it in different ways.
Well, so I want to.
So you could either be Al Roker, or you can.
That's what I thought she wanted to do.
Well, you can do that if you want, but
Gotcha.
you are a meteorologist.
Well, here's why I ask. So my dad did it for a little while and on TV.
But never like
He's
went
never
to
immediate. No, dude.
Well, but they can give you script and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas yeah.
And I remember going in as a kid. It was all when it was magnets. So it was like sunshine magnets and shit on a board. And then you would put like cloudy or rainy, and it had like a frowny face if it was rainy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Oh, do you know this?" And he was like, "No, dude, I don't know this. I'm not a like, you know." I just wondered how legit that was.
Right.
I wondered if she wanted to be because she lives in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought she wanted to be on TV as like a. Here we go.
I think she did at one point. She was saying,
Okay.
but it's kind of changed.
Oh, gotcha,
now.
gotcha.
But yeah. You are a meteorologist, and then you can apply it in different ways. Depending on what you want to do.
Okay. Man, I don't know anything about that world.
No.
You know, it all seems kind of made up to me, but hey, man.
Meteorology?
Is it, you know?
Right. No, I get it.
Who's telling me it's sunny and 71 every day? You know?
Yeah, it's true.
I look at these dicks in our local news, and I'm just like, who's the one guy? He's always got just a nose sunburn.
Is it the guy with the like slick back,
Yes.
black hair?
Yeah.
Something's up with him.
Something's up with him.
Gannon, I think his
Is it-
name
is
is
it
Gannon.
Coke? You think it's Coke for that guy?
I think he's a weekend warrior, and not as it pertains to like hiking and biking. I think he's a weekend warrior as far as Coke and drinking
There it
and
is.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Well, I can't fault him for that, obviously, but
No, but I'm just saying he does a Buffalo Wild Wings. This is where I've seen him the most. He does a Buffalo Wild Wings on Sunday evening after a bender.
you've seen him?
Oh, yes.
fuck
The
you.
hair is not slicked back. It's forward, almost like a bowl cut like this.
Really?
Yeah. And he's really just kind of, which we like to do too. If we're on a bender, we like to do a Sunday evening, like wing sesh into bed.
Oh, yeah.
So he is on that same sketch.
All right. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And if you're a meteorologist, you know when you can go out and just get a couple hours of sun on that nose and then go back in before it rains or whatever.
Couple of rays on the beak. Couple of rays on the beak.
He has sunscreen everywhere else but the nose.
But the beak, yeah. Or he puts it on the beak, and then when you're doing tutors, you know.
Yeah, it gets all like rubbed off.
If you're doing key bumps, now this is quarantine time, so I'm going to give you a lesson here. I'm not only a podcast host, I'm also a teacher. If you're going to do key bumps, it's key. You got to really, I'm going to show you on this camera here. You got to put your thumb in right up against that crevasse right there. Get a nice little valley right there.
Or you can just use your key.
And then, well, here's the thing. Key is for like polite people who are just like, I'm just going to have a bump. I'm just going to have one bump.
Yeah.
This right here, you go this little crevasse
that's a
right here.
hand line.
Whoa. That's 3 bumpers, dude. That's like, whoa.
That's just a line. And in that case, like, why can't you just put it down on your phone?
I'll tell you why.
Do you know what I mean?
It's the same thing with like ordering a double or 2 drinks. You kind of start off the night where you're like, I'm just going to have 1 drink, right? Just make it 1 drink. You know fucking goddamn well you're going to have 2. So when the waitress comes over and she says, you want that to be a double at the airport? And you're like, no, I'm fine. And then you order another one. She's like, why don't you just get the fucking double? It's the same one with Coke. You're like, oh, I'm just going to put a little right here and I'm fine. It's like, motherfucker, I know you're going to be doing rails all nights. Like,
right.
Just go ahead and rip down, dude.
Yeah.
Blow down the fucking house. You know? Do what you want.
Big bad wolf that shit.
Yeah, big bad wolf that shit, dude. I'm gonna put a little bit right here, right in the crevasse, and just fucking do. Yeah, pile down a rail, put a gator tail down, brother. Fucking that'll really give you that facelift you're looking for just a little bit, you know. Start to get the twitches, you know, and then it goes down back your throat, that drip, and you're like, whoa.
Anyways, Gannon parties for sure,
Damn right he
and
does.
we like it.
I think all meteorologists
for it.
do coke,
Yeah.
right?
Well, everyone besides annoying ass Al Roker.
There's a guy in another channel here. He's always got a real baggy suit. It's like 3 sizes too big.
Yes, the weather guy or just a
Weather guy on the other channel.
Yeah, on the other channel. I know
Yeah.
who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey man, Men's Warehouse will cut the back of that goddamn thing out for you. You don't have to worry about that. They'll sew it
There's
up.
plenty of tailors in town.
Yes,
we have
you're
we
fine
have
with
a
it.
whole like area that is all Asian tailors.
That's it, dude.
Off of like Wrightsville
Yeah.
or Whiteville, whatever the hell.
Whatever it is.
Anyways,
There's a
go
men-
down there. You can go
Yeah.
to Men's Warehouse and get the suit. That's fine.
That's it.
And then you go and pay the extra $20-$25 for a tailor.
Yeah, so just go down. It's right. The Men's Warehouse is right next to the post office.
And
just
the batteries are
squeeze on down there, and there's a tripwire as soon as you open the door, and it's that guy's voice. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. You know. So I don't know what his name is, the weatherman on the other channel, but man, take that fucking suit coat in there, homeboy.
Yeah.
Just get it snipped up the back, and they'll fucking zip that thing up for you, man. You're good to go. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. But I can't tell if it's like, shit, there was a suit sale and he couldn't afford the tailor, or if he's just gotten thinner over
gained
time.
Some weight,
No.
lost weight. Sorry,
Because he's doing coke once he became a meteorologist. He was
Right.
knife handing it
Right.
all the way
right,
across that
right.
beak, and it was just oh shit. The weekends caught up to him, and he started losing some weight, and he was just like shit.
Sure.
I'm worried about taking the jacket in. Is if I run out of money for coke, then my weight's going to go back up, and then I'm kind of stuck at this point. Do I just leave the jacket bigger?
We'll leave the jacket bigger. I think was the answer to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're going to party, you might as well party on a ghost bed, though, is what I say, James. We got some sponsors to pay for this beautiful show to be on the air. Yeah. You want a 10-hour live DJ session on Instagram Live? Go to @Jessie Wiseman, dude.
Oh, what is that DJ that's
Friday
doing
nights.
that?
Yeah. There's a DJ.
He grew from like
DJ Cool something.
Yeah.
We did it for 10 hours straight on
yeah.
Instagram.
Well, he
It's
grew
great.
from like 10,000 followers to like millions.
Fuck yeah. It's great. Everybody else joined in with him. It was awesome.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
fucking awesome. That's one. Well, he's not famous. That's why. That's why it was fucking awesome. Get a
Well,
ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Get yourself a mattress. 25% off at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. With a mattress, you get a free pillow. You get 2 free pillows. Ooh. 2 free pillows with that. 25% off. Really fucking wheeling and dealing there, Jabes. The mattresses are shipped to you. You don't have to worry about the coronavirus. Boom. Comes in a box. It is hermetically sealed. Is that right? Am I saying that right? Probably not.
It is Corona sealed.
Corona sealed.
Yeah.
Sealed up, dude. You fucking cut it open. Boom. You're ready to rock. You're ready to bone in less than 2 hours. And the adjustable bases are half off. I know what you're thinking, dude, I can't afford this in this time. Yes, you can. There's a 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest at ghostbed.com. Knocks that shit down to like $20 a month, and you get free pillows with a mattress. Do it. Do it. Do it. Next up, we got a new one, Jabes.
We have a new one?
We got a new one, Jabes. So I said this openly on the show. Maybe I should start saying this more. I said a couple of my friends in my fucking group thread were like, yo, man, I'm using Keeps.
Oh.
And I talked about it a few weeks ago. They hit me up and they were like, yo, man, you wanna try something? We'll get you on the train. We'll get you on the Keeps train. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll give it a go-sies. Keeps, man. Look, Keeps it's going to keep your fucking hair. It's pretty goddamn simple.
It keeps what you have.
Keeps what you have,
Keeps
yes.
what you have. Yes.
So
it's a preventative, right?
So I was like, give me some fucking stats on it here, and I'll start using it because I have a fucking head of salad. I know I wear hats every day. Usually, I'm sponsored by some company with hats, but whatever. I usually wear hats, and mostly because I'm a dirtbag, and it is what it is. But I have a fucking mane. I've got a goddamn head of salad. So my buddies were like, dude, I've been using Keeps forever to keep the fucking hair. And I was like, all right. And I asked them, I was like, give me some stats on this shit. They said 2 out of 3 guys will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35. Is that true?
What?
With dudes? Like, you see a lot of bald dudes?
Is that true? I know that it thins, right? It thins just with everybody at a certain point.
All right.
Right?
That's what I think, but I don't know. My hair's super thick, and I was like, shit. So my two friends that were using it, one is balding. Mm-hmm. The other one, he's got thick hair, and he's like, yo, I'm using it to keep my shit.
Because it will eventually thin. Like, that's just the way that life goes. You will have a lot still, right? But it won't be as much if you don't use things like this or try and
90% effective at reducing and stopping further hair loss. Now, look, if you're fucking bald, if you're a cue ball out there and you're like, man, this keeps going to help me grow my hair back. No, it's not.
No.
You're going to need some form of prayer and or miracle. Maybe stop by the Vatican.
But I would use this with what other, like if you do Bosley or if you're going to do some other kind of hair transplant or whatever, I would use this to keep the hair that you do have and then help the growth of that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So look, I've been using it for the last week. I knew they were going to come up on the show. Yeah. And so far so good. Okay. I'm gonna keep using it. So here's the deal. I'm gonna keep using this shit and then let you know at the end of the year what it's like. But if you're ready to take action to prevent your own hair loss, go to keeps.com/revolution, and you can receive 1 month treatment for free. Boom.
That's huge.
Free.
So
just try it.
Just try it. I mean, there's a quiz, right? Mm-hmm. I love a website with a quiz. So you always just go take the quiz, see
because typically
how you feel.
Typically, you have to go into a doctor for shit like this.
Right.
Now you don't, which is great. There was another company we work with, Roman. We can just get boner pills in the mail. Same thing. You take a little 5 question quiz.
This is kind of the same thing.
It's
so
great.
when you go to the quiz, you're going to a doctor. It says let the doctor decide, right? So you go, you tell them exactly what you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. Is it receding? Is it thinning just a little bit? Is it at the crown? And you can figure out the treatment that's going to work best for you. And then it'll come every 3 months.
So it's keeps.com/revolution. First month for free. It's KEEPS.com.
Can't hurt.
/revolution. Can't hurt. For free. So I talked about it on the show. Boom. They show up a month later. We're ready to rock. Keeps.com/revolution. First month free. Give it a go-sies. Let me know what you think. I'm going to use it for the rest of the year. I told them. I was like, hey, man, I'll use this for the rest of the year. Let's try this out. Yeah. All my buddies are using this shit. We did that, the same thing on Drinkin Bros in another company. Everybody else hit us up about the Duke Cannon company. Mm-hmm. Duke Cannon's is a fucking sponsor on that other show. So, hey.
We got them
too. Oh, do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Duke Cannon's.
Shit.
Those products just came.
We're excited. We do have a lot of guys that listen to our show.
Damn, dude. Damn. I can't wait for that. I'm psyched. Everybody else is using that shit. I hadn't used it. It's great. Last but not least, we got straightrazors.com, Jabes.
Whoa. Ooh, that's a clean cut. Smooth. Oh, you right?
It's a mistake on my part.
Well, I saw you had them on. I had to.
Jabes. That is loud.
Blast your ears out.
Shave up. Shave your face if your stores are running out of razors. Ship to home. Everybody's buying shit to home these days. StraightRazors.com has got you covered. Shaving creams, beard oils, mustache waxers, conditioners. Everybody's trying to keep a nice beard right now. So go to StraightRazors.com. They get everything. If you're worried about using a straight razor, their safety razors are the same as your regular razor, but the blades are better and they last longer. Go to StraightRazors.com. Promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. They've slashed everything in half. As always, Strikeforce is with us every single day. StrikeForceEnergy.com. Promo code REVOLUTION, 20% off of that. That's free shipping as well. No carbs and sugars and all of that. And we're having a lovely time with it. We're having a real lovely time with it. The Keeps, though, I'm excited about. I'm gonna give this a year. See how this goes. Probably give it till Christmas time. See if my fucking this mullet stays, Jabes. This mullet, this salad bowl.
You're going to keep growing your hair out?
Mm-hmm.
You guys doing the quarantine look? Oh, okay.
I'm not. A lot of people have asked me to go Joe Exotic. Diet blondes.
God, that'd be
Do
amazing.
it. Yeah. Everybody's like, hey man, it's got to be the summer of exotic, and I was just like,
Oh, now look.
man,
Now look.
that
If there
requires
was
a certain level
if there was any
of income.
sports on right now, I'd be like, you have to bet the horse. That would be hilarious.
So there was a thing that popped up in Drinkin Bros, and they were like, hey man, you always make Super Bowl bets and things like that. Like, is there something you can bet on?
The
so you can
Tiger
have
King
the
summer.
exotic summer. Yeah, the exotic summer. And I was just like, man, I go, Jessie might fucking divorce me for that.
That's why I want you to do it. Because then everyone will be like, I get it. The judge, everyone.
The stimulus bill passed, by the way. $2 trillion.
Was that just now, honestly?
That is,
okay.
That is in. They have
All right.
passed it. $2 trillion deal. Looks like it went through maybe about 10 hours ago.
Oh.
To provide a jolt to the economy, struggling with coronavirus. The airlines are asking for monies as well. Yeah, they need it, man. Shit. Are we going to have anything left? The interesting thing, too, is to see who's going to buy each other out during this time period.
And what do you mean by that?
There's been some speculation that Apple could buy Disney.
Got it.
Because their prices dropped 39%.
Got
So if you're looking to
So
take
is
over a
Apple's.
company, they have, but they've got so much cash. They're the richest company in the world as far as cash wise. Like they're an all cash company.
Oh.
They don't have any debt, so they could buy them in cash tomorrow and say, "Go fuck yourself." Punch Mickey in the face, and then drop another deuce in front of Walt's statue.
Okay.
You know.
Yep.
They could put a hologram Steve Jobs up
Yeah.
right in front of Walt's statue, and they could make hologram Steve Jobs shit in front of that statue. And
Yeah.
just be like, I own you now, Walt. Because let's face it, yes, Steve Jobs is dead.
Sure.
I guarantee you had his fucking head cut off and frozen just like Walt Disney did.
Oh, for sure.
Walt have his whole head cut off of the body, too. You
I
freeze
think
the body
he
or
did
the
the
head?
whole body.
Talk into that. No, this is real. He had his whole fucking body frozen, dude. Walt Disney. Come on. You're a goddamn liar.
Is it also a myth that he was a poon hound?
Yeah.
No, it's not. He was an absolute fucking cat crusher.
Yeah. A cat crusher? A poonhound.
I couldn't say pussy.
Yeah, you couldn't say pussy.
By the way, Tiger King has sent me down a rabbit hole of
know.
all the different people that have gotten in trouble for owning big cats around the nation.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's awesome. They're all the same. They're all the same.
So, are we able to pick his mic up, Jamie, or is that?
Yeah, it's in yours, but it's not out to the public.
Oh, it's not out to the public. Okay, what were we saying?
So
Repeat
he was
it?
saying it was a rumor
Uh-huh.
that he was cryogenically frozen. He actually was cremated, huh?
Yeah, and if you ask Eddie Bravo, I'm sure he'll say yes, he was frozen.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
fucking
okay.
frozen, dude.
He was cremated on December 17th, 1966.
He was cremated on December 17th, 1966. Walt Disney was. That's also the day that the family decided to lie and say that. Come on. The only ashes that were in that urn were out of their fucking Capri 100s. Oh, Walt's dead. Where is he? He's frozen in time. You want to go visit? I bet you at Christmas, Jessie,
Yeah.
they all get together and they fucking go and visit Uncle Walt in his fucking frozen vault. And they probably get to touch an arm, like touch his hand. Who are you sexting with right now?
Nothing. I'm trying to find something.
Nah, well, don't. I bet you they go in, look at frozen Walt, and they're like, "Oh, and touch his hand. You can touch his hand. He's frozen. He's not gonna know."
Yeah,
Go
they don't.
Go touch his hand for Christmas.
Yeah, they don't. But thank you.
I mean they do.
They don't, but thank you.
And I think Steve Jobs has got a hologram, and I think he still runs that company behind the scenes. I think they can make a Steve. I bet you they can make Steve Jobs take a human shit. So like when people come into Apple and they have terrible ideas, hologram Steve Jobs is up there and he was like, "Nope, turn me around." And they make his hologram turn around. He pulls down his pants and he leaves the turtleneck on. Some people take their shirt off when they're taking a dump, but I bet you he leaves the turtleneck on. He's
Gosh,
just
can
like,
I
"I'm gonna
change
dump
the
out."
subject?
Good.
So you are an Ohio guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, would you consider yourself that?
I love Ohio State.
Where is
University.
Zanesville?
Oh, Zanesville.
Do you know or
Yeah,
no?
I do. Why?
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is another crazy big cat people story, just real quick.
You could not let Joe Exotic leave your heart.
Okay, it's not him exactly.
Okay.
He opened up a door for me
In your
of
mind.
like in my mind
Okay.
of because it's not just him and Doc Antle or whatever and Jeff Lowe or all these other fucking people, right?
Yeah.
It's not just them. All those pins
Yes.
across,
Yep. One was in Wilmington.
right?
Yeah. Trimbago.
And one
right?
was in Zanesville.
Trigembo Zoo. Yeah.
Okay, so this guy Terry Thompson.
Uh-huh.
He was picked up on some gun charges. He had a bunch of big cats.
Is this a crime corner?
Oh,
Do I need to announce it as a crime corner?
I mean, I was not gonna do it as a crime corner.
All right.
I can.
If you want to, Jabes.
Why not?
Why not, right? We're
Go
live.
ahead.
We're live
Go
every day.
ahead.
Crime corner, crime corner. Crime corner.
Okay. So, this was actually okay.
Ooh.
So this was like in 2011, right?
All right. So 9 years ago.
Yes.
All right. That quick math that gets you every time,
Every
brother.
time. So this guy, Terry Thompson, I'll just do it really quick.
Yeah.
He got picked up on some gun charges, but he had a bunch of big cats.
All right. What kind? Does it say like tigers and shit or?
Tigers, lions, bears, cougars, wolves, baboon.
You had a fucking baboon on top of that?
So
Surprised
he
you
just
didn't
had
eat
a
that thing.
bunch of,
I'm surprised the tigers didn't eat that thing.
Yeah, no, I guess he probably had some precautions in place. Right?
You never know.
So he had a bunch of acres, right?
Okay.
Zanesville,
Yeah, Zanesville.
Ohio.
Yeah.
You can? Is that what it?
Fuck yeah.
Very rural.
Yeah. There's nothing in Zanesville.
Nothing in Zanesville.
Farm
Anyway,
town.
so he says to the judge, he's like, if you convict me on this, when I get out, I am going to let all of my animals loose and I'm going to shoot myself in the head. And the guy was like, the judge was like, okay, sure. Convicted him.
Yep.
Did his time.
Yep.
Got out. 2 days after he got out, goes out into the to his like big acreage.
Yeah.
Lets everything go.
Sure.
Bears, lions, tigers,
Oh, my.
cougars, wolves, baboon. The baboon, only one baboon. So I don't know what happened with that. And shoots himself in the head in the field, like way back. You know, they like feed really far away.
Yeah,
so the
yeah,
wife
yeah.
is like, my husband, he's not answering his cell phone. He went out to feed these animals, these big tigers and lions and shit, and he's not picking up. And the lady's like, they have a bunch of 911 recording of this.
Yeah.
And the lady's like, okay, we'll try and find him, whatever. And then she starts getting all these calls from people in Zanesville that are like, there's fucking tigers running across the freeway. They're fucking going into people's houses. Bears are up on the fucking grocery store, whatever. The Hebe. Probably not the
That's
Hebe.
great. No,
but,
there's no Hebe there.
and
Kroger.
so
Probably the Kroger.
it was their whole police force, basically 2 full days. And they just murked him every time
No
they
way.
saw him. Yeah. And so then it like started this whole animal rights thing, right? Because, but can you imagine? So it was just, the whole town was under siege. So what they found out, they didn't even know how many there was. They're like, oh, they thought he maybe had a couple,
Sure.
like 2 tigers
Yeah.
and like maybe a lion or whatever. And when the groundskeeper actually called 911 and was like, hey, I want to let you guys know that this guy had fucking like this many, right? And they're
Yeah.
like, holy shit. So they're just like surrounding, and every time a tiger or bear or whatever would try and come over a fence or whatever,
Yeah.
they would just fucking shoot
Boom.
them. So it was just like all over Zanesville was just all of these big
Dead
cat,
animals.
dead animals
Oh my
everywhere
God,
that the
dude.
police don't have. I don't know why they didn't like tranquilize them or anything like that. That's what the big, the
They probably didn't
animal
have that type
rights,
of shit.
right? And
They
it
don't have that
was
type
like
of shit
on
in
the
Zanesville.
fly, yeah.
Yeah.
So they were talking to one of the cops, and he was like, I don't regret what happened. Obviously, like I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah.
I wish that there were laws in place before this. If there's one regret, it's that this guy was able to keep this shit.
Imagine if you had to live with that on your conscience. That you're the sheriff of that town, and it's
You're
just like,
killed
hey man,
all kinds of fucking.
you're just coming home.
Right?
You're coming home that night to your wife and kids, and you're exhausted, sweating, And, you smell like gunpowder. And it's just like, hey, what happened?
Oh, man, I just had to fucking...
I had to kill a fucking giraffe point blank. I had to pop 3 tigers, a bear. It took 9 bullets to take down that bear. Like, how many fucking bullets it would take to take down a bear? Man.
But if you listen to, it was also on a podcast called Big Cat People. And
what? There's a podcast now called Big Cat People?
Yeah, but it goes through all of the stories that you don't know. Like all the stories that weren't in this Tiger King, whatever. If you dare to go down this road of like, they're all the same. It's the craziest thing.
Damn, dude.
And then there's also people that, like ladies that get a cub and now they're dealing with and basically in a prison of their own making with this 400-pound thing.
Yeah.
You can't have somebody like cat sit for you. Do you know what I mean? You're stuck there.
Yeah, that's it.
$10,000 a year just in food.
Yeah, man.
For one.
Alec, what's the name of that zoo again? Trigimbo. I'll never get that right.
And Alec will always have it on the tip of his tongue.
Yeah, because he's lived here forever. Trigimbo. So I went and shot part of the We Are All Harambe video there, the sketch. So I showed up with a gorilla mask, and I was just all I needed was an outside shot with the there was like a gorilla outside, and it was like me with the gorilla mask on. It was a fucking 10-second shot. That's all I needed. We got out of the car, walked over. We're just about to turn the camera on. Those motherfuckers came out in like 10 seconds. Like that place is, they're ready for the feds.
Oh, yes, because
they're ready for the feds to take that place down.
Some illegal shit in there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course there's animal abuse.
There always is.
Any
even
place
with
where
a
you
really
can show
nice
up and
zoo.
buy a bag of peanuts for $5
right.
and chuck them at the monkeys as hard as you want. Come on, man. Yeah. Yeah. That whole place is fucking going down. And look, again, Tiger King wise, there's a strong possibility that a lot of places are going down. I'm not going to give away the end of it because you don't know, Alec. And if you're out there and you don't know the Tiger King story, I feel sorry for you. But it is dominating everyone's lives right now because everybody's stuck at home and everybody's watching this thing. And after we did the show yesterday, I'm just getting hammered with messages of like, dude, I'm in this now and I can't believe it. And the thing is like most of these people are in like episode 2 and 3. And I'm like, hey, man, you were still way
I know
far
you
away.
think you know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, you think you know?
You think you know?
You got no idea.
You don't know shit.
Chucky 3 sticks. Chucky. Prince Chucky. Time to clean the diaper.
Old Chucky 2 times.
Time to clean the royal diaper.
Yeah, man, I can't get it out of my mind. That fucking thing. It's living with me. That's that doc, man. And it's going to keep going. And give that 2 weeks, he'll be the most famous man in America. People will be dressed up for him for Halloween this year.
I think so. There's people, I forget who said they were going to on here.
Yeah.
I feel like it was Ruben. Maybe it was Reed. It was an R one. But anyway, yeah, absolutely. For sure. Right?
Crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. A lot of people, by the way, are asking what's going to be in the stimulus package on the used tubes. I heard those checks are in there. So, like, what are we getting, like $1,200 a piece, like everybody American or something like that?
I think so, yeah.
So that, hopefully they give some money to the airlines. Because, I mean, look, as much as I hate airlines.
I don't want them to go down
we need
even
them.
farther than they are already.
Jesus Christ.
Like, flying cannot get worse.
Can it?
It can and it will.
Yeah, so we'll see.
It can and it will.
We'll see. But yeah, that's there's just a bunch of people doing crazy shit right now. There was a man who fucking ran 26 miles on his 23-foot balcony. Like, come on, man, just go outside, bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
They're showing this guy. He ran an entire marathon on his 23-foot long balcony while the country is in lockdown.
That sounds like an absolute fucking personal nightmare.
26.2 miles this guy ran on a 23-foot long balcony in France where he is quarantined. He's a restaurant worker. And
you really couldn't have gone outside, huh?
Watch this footage. It is so unbelievably depressing that I can't. And he's got like those socks on. You know, the socks for your calves, to stay warm or
the compression
yeah,
socks.
yeah. So like he was clearly doing this on purpose. It wasn't like he woke up and was just like, oh man, I think I can go. I was gonna do a mile, but I think I can go another 25.2. You know?
Oh my god.
You're gonna see a lot of weird shit like that coming up.
Shit.
Because what Easter's for us is
Easter's
in 2 weeks. The Easter's in 2 weeks for us.
The Easter's is in 2 weeks.
And then Liberty University said they are reopening after spring break, and that's 5,000 students, and their spring break ends this week. So they're saying they're up and at 'em next week. However, they're going to let the children's stay in the dorms and then do online classes from the dorms. I guess the dean of the university said that he didn't want the kids to lose their college experience, so they can hang out and do shit with each other. Like, bro, you ever been stuck in a college dorm? Madness happens, dude.
Right.
You think, look, if anybody has coronavirus, everybody's getting it there.
Oh,
imagine
heck
raging in a
yeah.
college dorm like that.
Oh, heck yeah.
Come on, dude.
Babies
Come
are going to be
on.
coming out with coronavirus.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of fucking going
A
on.
lot of babies.
A lot of drug use. A lot of fucking going on. I don't know much about Liberty University, but I know one
Nobody
thing.
does. It's not real.
It's
But it's
5,000
not a real-
students.
Oh, is that an online thing?
No.
We're coming back to school.
No, they're not. Yeah.
Phoenix is
The University of
going
Phoenix.
back. University of Phoenix is
Online.
going back to.
They have always gone. Yeah.
Yeah, they have not stopped. So
But they've slowed down the internet. So tell your professor that you might be a little late on turning in your papers. Boom. Nailed it. I'm amazing. James, should we get to the revolutionary figure of the day?
I think we shall.
We're going to give this to Walt and his frozen body. Walt Disney, you know? Going through some hard times.
Poon, hound, cat, crusher.
The reason why is we get a ton of messages about Disney Plus, and everybody's like, "Hey man, we hear you guys talking about you're at the end of your Netflix and Hulu queues, and like go to Disney Plus. It's the fucking shit, and there's a ton of stuff on there. So we're
There
gonna have to ring a ding a ding.
It's
Do you
more-
have that too?
Yeah.
God damn it, dude! What do we have at our house that I don't know about?
Here's what we have.
I guess it's my fault for never checking the bank account. But what the
Apple
fuck, dude?
TV. It's my fucking bank account too. Don't even start.
No, I know.
Apple
We
TV.
have a joint account. We're not fucking animals. We're not Joe Exotic's love creatures. Joe Exotic's love creatures. What do we have that I don't know
Apple
about?
TV, Disney
We
Plus.
have Apple TV now too? Mm-hmm. Have you watched any of that shit?
No. There's nothing really on there I want to watch, but if you want to watch the morning show thing, like give it a try, I guess I will.
All right.
But I haven't watched anything on that.
Okay.
So Apple TV, Disney Plus, Hulu,
Yeah.
Showtime, HBO, Netflix.
We have Showtime? For
Yeah,
what?
how do you think we've been watching The Circus?
Oh, is that Showtime? Ugh. Great.
I got Showtime for the Escape from Dannemora. Remember?
That's right.
The Benice.
Oh, Benicio. Yeah.
Had to.
Yeah.
What'd
What'd you think of that sex scene with Arquette and that?
That show was. I mean, I think it was really well done, but it was a rough sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Arquette really does not give a fuck about.
She is all
her
natural.
looks, and good for her. And she has got some big naturals. Always has.
Yeah. Bombs.
Bombs
over Baghdad.
Baghdad. Yeah. Some kettlebells.
Hangers.
Yeah.
She's got a couple hangers on her,
She
dude.
got some danglers.
Couple of milk wagons on the front of that barn.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
those. I think that's all we have.
Good, because those are 90 channels that I did not know we had.
Right, and
or
each
apps.
one is about $16.
Great.
No. Apple TV is free with my iPhone. So I have that
That's right, I
free
heard
for
they
a
were doing
year.
that, yeah.
Disney Plus is $4.99, I think.
Okay.
Netflix is $16.
All right, that's not terrible.
Showtime's around $10.99.
Okay.
HBO's $10.99.
All right.
Hulu's $8.
Sweet.
I get
Great.
the ads still on Hulu, so I have an 8. I haven't bumped it up to premium.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. All right. So you're saving money for the house.
Sure.
Thanks for that $2.
You're welcome.
Jabes.
You're welcome.
You're a real princess and
I'll
a
spend
lady.
it at Whole Foods later.
Yeah. Is Whole Foods still open?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yeah, they have
Amazon owns them. God, Amazon's raking right now.
Every grocery store is still open though.
Yeah.
So they're just hours are modified.
Okay.
And they open an hour early for people who are either at risk or older. So you can come in earlier without anybody else there.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then most of them, and Whole Foods in particular, and then opens at 8 for everyone else.
Oh, it opens at 8
Yeah,
for
so from
Gen
7
Pop.
to 8
Okay.
if you are like but then it's sort of like you can't be at risk, or have it or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of doesn't make sense. But anyway, it's accessible. Everyone's touching everything there. So if you want to get it, go to a grocery store for sure.
Yeah, because this just in, there was a Missouri man who just got arrested. He screamed out, "Who's afraid of the coronavirus?" before licking various items on the Walmart shelf. And then he posted it online and said, "I'm nasty, motherfuckers." So there's that going on. And,
Eesh. Gonna be a lot more of that bullshit.
Bullshit. So get used to it, kids. That's going to happen. Thanks for joining us on the YouTubes. Give us a little rating on iTunes, if you will. Just give us a 5-star. Write a little brief review. We'll be here with you every day live on the YouTube, somewhere between 11 and 12 on Drinkin Bros podcast. All of our shows are on there. We will be your source of entertainment since there is none left after you get through the Tiger King. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're right.
Yeah.
Afternoon.